Good morning, everyone. So we are continuing with special cases. Okay. Yesterday we saw one special case, that is unbounded solution. So I hope all of you have understood it. Yes, girls. Do you hear me? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay. So let us see today. No solution case. Okay. Yes. So write the problem. Maximize z equal to 4x1 plus 3x2 subject to x1 plus x2 is less equal 50, x1 plus 2x2 greater than or equal to 80, 3x1 plus 2x2 greater than or equal to 140, x1 x2 greater equal 0. Can you hear me, girls? Because I find some low network here, that's why I'm asking you. Do you hear me? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so quickly tell me the standard form. Maximize z equal to 4x1 plus 3x2. Later on we will add the variables as required in the constraints. Yes, first one, x1 plus x2
Plus S1.
plus s1 is equal to 50. Next,
x1 plus 2x2 minus s2 equals to 80.
plus a1, Arshada, plus artificial variable, right? Here only you introduce now. In the last problem, we were doing it very first time. That's why I showed you how it becomes degenerate, and then we introduce artificial. But now, as you know already, that in greater equal constraint, you have to introduce surplus along with artificial. So do it at once, okay? Are you getting it, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
Now the last one, 3x1 plus 2x2 minus
Minus
s
3
plus
plus
a2 is equal to 140. So you have got four new variables. So these are your decision variables. Then s1, s2, s3, a1, a2, all are greater equal 0. Not 4, 5 new variables, right? So what will happen in the objective function? So plus 0 times s1, minus 0 times s2, minus 0 times s3, plus 0 minus 0 is just to indicate slack and surplus variable difference. Okay. What is the coefficient of a1 and a2 in z we are supposed to take?
m
Plus m or minus m?
plus m
What is the objective function? Look at the objective function.
minus m.
Yes, when objective function is to be maximized, the coefficient of artificial variable is taken as minus m in the objective function, okay? And when it is to be minimized, coefficient is to be taken plus m. And m itself is a very large quantity, okay? So m is sufficiently large. That means it is positive, obviously. M is sufficiently large. Have you understood it? Can we go to the next step? Come on, girls, answer me quickly. Yes. Now to find IBFS. N is equal to number of variables. How many variables you have got now? Total 5 new and 2 old. So 7 variables. And M is equal to number of constraints. So number of constraints will always remain same. So those are 3. So set n minus m, that is equal to 7 minus 3 equal to 4 variables to 0. Namely, which variables you will set equal to 0?
x1, x2,
Hmm.
s2 and s3.
S2 and S3, the variables which will create the problems regarding non-negativity, those should be set to 0. So surplus variables we always set to 0 if at all they are there in the standard form. Otherwise only decision variables. Yes, and therefore what is your answer? You get S1 is equal to 50, A1 is equal to 80, and A2 is equal to 140. So these are your basic variables. Okay. And what is Z value? Then substitute everything here. So this is 0, 0, 0, 0. This will be, what is the, sorry, this is A1, na? By mistake I wrote A2 here. So what is the value of A1? 80 minus 80m minus 140m. Minus 80m minus 140m. So what is the answer of Z? Minus 220m, and m is very large. Okay. And this is your IBFS. Okay. All basic variables are at positive level. Therefore, IBFS is non-degenerate. Is that okay, girls?
Yes, ma'am.
So let us construct the initial simplex table. We will require 3 tables here almost. So let us quickly do that. So there are 7 variables. This is XB, CB, Cj's, and this is solution. Inside your variables x1, x2, s1, s2, s3, a1, a2. This is ratio 4, 3, 0, 0, 0, minus m, minus m. S1, A1, A2. S1 is 50. Sorry. What should I write here? Coefficients. And here my solutions will appear. Then Zj's, Zj minus Cj, and Z value is minus 220 m. Minus 220 m. Come on, be quick, girls. 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then 1, 2, 0, minus 1, 0, 1, 0. 3, 2, 0, 0, minus 1, 0, 1. So if you observe the variables S1, A1 and A2, their coefficient in one of the constraints is 1 and everywhere else it is 0. They are basic variables. Do not forget this definition. Can you quickly tell me Zj's? Come on, girls. Can you quickly tell me Zj's?
Minus 4m.
Minus m again.
0.
0. M.
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 Minus m minus m.
Minus m minus m. So minus 4m minus 4. Minus 4m minus 3. 0. M. 0, 0. So the variables which are part of the solution.
That'll be minus 2m minus. No, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, Riona.
No, ma'am, it's correct, ma'am.
So the variables S1, A1, A2, they are part of the solution right now. So their Zj minus Cj values are 0. This you have to confirm every time, okay? Now, what is the type of the objective function?
Maximization type.
So in Zj minus Cj row, we should look for which value? Most positive or most negative?
Most negative.
Correct. All of you remember this?
Most negative.
Most negative when maximizing Z. Most positive when minimizing Z. Yes, so which one is most negative?
Minus 4m minus 3.
Most negative, Harshada.
Minus 4.
Substitute m is equal to 100. M is sufficiently large. So you can put m equal to 100. So minus 400 minus 4 will be minus 404 and this will be minus 403. So which is most negative? This first one, right? So this is your pivot column. That means x1 can be entered in the solution in the next table, okay? X1 will enter the solution. Now let us calculate the ratios. Ratios, yes. So 50 by 1, that is 50. 80 by 1, that is 80. 140 divided by 3, how much it is? Correct? So which one is the minimum ratio?
46.6.
Yes. And so you can mark that as your pivot row, and thus this 3 is your pivot element. Okay? So A2 will be replaced by X1 in the next table. So S1 is as it is, A1 is as it is. In place of A2 I am writing X1. Here it will be 0, minus M and 4. Okay? Then, yes. So pivot element is 3. So what should we do? We want to reduce it to 1. So what should be done?
Divide by
Divide
3.
by 3.
Divide by 3. So minimum ratio quantity will appear here, okay? And I will suggest you to keep it in fraction because it eases your calculations, okay girls? Do not put them in points. Do not use calci for this particular thing, okay? Keep it in fractions. 1, next is 2 by 3. So should I use a different color so that the new row we can remember? 140 divided by 3. This is 1, 2 by 3, 0, 0, minus 1 by 3, 0, 1 by 3. Okay. Now this new row we will use. So we will cancel this old row 3. Okay. This new row we will use to convert these two elements to 0. So what should be the operation? What should be the operation?
R1
R1
minus
minus
R3
R3
and
and
R2.
R2 minus
R1 minus R3, right? New. Are you getting it? And R1 minus R2 minus R3 new. New third row you have to use to convert these elements to 0. Yes. So first one 50 minus 140 by 3. So that is 10 by 3. Is it correct? 10 by 3 is
Yes,
correct?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, 10 by 3. So this is the new row I am getting. Next,
100 by 3.
plus 1 0, 1 minus 1 0, right? Yes. Next, girls, this is 0 na? Ye correct hai na? This 1 minus this
Yes,
1, 0. Then this 1 minus 2 by 3. So that is 1 by 3. Then 1 minus this 1 minus this 0. 1, 0, 0. 0 minus minus 1 by 3. So that will become plus 1 by 3. And 0 minus this 1 by 3. Sorry, this 0 as it is, and this will become minus 1 by 3. Is that clear? Second row.
X in the first row x2 column, it
Huh?
will be 1, no ma'am, because it is 1 minus 2 by 3, so it will be 1 by like 3 by 1 by 3. Yes.
विपासिनी क्या हो रहा है? 1 माइनस 2/3 कितना होता है?
हाँ,
ऐसे ही
कैलकुलेशन
ओरली आना चाहिए वो 1 माइनस 2/3 पोर्शन कितना होता है. यस 80 माइनस 140/3 दैट इज 100/3 राइट.
Yes, ma'am.
100/3.
yes.
Next 1 minus 1, this
0.
1 minus this 1 is 0. Next 2 minus 2/3, 4/3.
4 by 3.
I'm very good at calculations than you girls. Next
This one.
minus 1 as it is. Next
0. This one.
plus 1/3.
Plus 1 by 3.
0 minus 1/3 is plus 1/3. Then
1.
1
Minus 1 by
and
3.
minus
minus
1 by
1 by 3.
Yes. So let us calculate ZJs again.
4.
4, yes.
Minus 4 by 3.
M
Uh,
minus 4/3 M plus 8/3,
8
right?
by 3. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Then 0
Plus M.
plus M
Minus 1 by
minus
3.
3 M
By 3.
minus 4/3
By 3. Minus M.
minus M
M by 3 plus 1. 4 by 3. Ma'am, it is
M
plus
by
M by
3
yes, plus 4 by
plus
3.
4/3. Okay. Yes. And ये इसका है, हाँ, और ये इसका है, ये इसका है. ओके. नाउ ZJ minus CJ
0.
0 minus 4/3 M plus 8/3 minus 3. So that is minus 1/3, I guess.
3.
Then
Yes, ma'am.
0, then M, then minus 1/3 M minus 4/3 as it is. Then 0, and this is M by 3 plus M. So that is 4/3 M plus 4/3. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So again we have to find out the most negative value. So these two are positive. Again 0 कहाँ पे है? देखो 0, x1, s1 and a1. So x1, a1 and a1 all are part of the solution. Therefore their zj minus cj values have become 0. ये तो positive है, this is positive and this is also positive, right? ये दो निगेटिव है, तो इसमें कौन सा मोस्ट निगेटिव है आपको दिखाई दे रहा है? बताओ.
Minus 1 by 3 M.
मोस्ट निगेटिव रियोना.
Minus 4 by 3 M minus 1 by 3.
minus 4/3.
Minus
This
4
is,
by 3m.
yes, this is the most negative quantity. Substitute m is equal to 100 या 300 substitute कर सकते हो आप for simplicity. So that will make it minus 400. This will become minus 100 minus something. So naturally this is your most negative value. So this is your pivot column. Let us mark it in green now. Girls, please continue. Do the next table now. Yes. So here we are. Now I am erasing this part. Yes, can you tell me the next table, girls? रेशो करना है आपको अभी. रेशो इवेल्युएट किया क्या? What is the ratio? 10/3 upon 1/3. That is 10,
25 and 70.
25
70.
and 70. So minimum ratio is obviously the first row. Okay. First
Ma'am,
row.
your screen is not visible. There is some glitch.
देखो अभी. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So S1 will be replaced by X2. So I am writing here X2 in place of S1, A1 as it is, X1 as it is. With coefficient 4, what is coefficient of X2? 3. And this is minus M. Now the pivot element is 1 upon 3. So we have to reduce it to 1. This is 4/3. I'm sorry. This is 4/3 element. Yes, and this is your pivot element, 1/3. So what we have to do? We have to multiply this by 3, right? Multiply this row by 3. Yes or no? Come on, be quick. 9 minutes are left, girls. We want to complete this problem today.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the answer here? 10. Multiply the whole row by 3. 10, 0, 1,
1,
3, 0, 1.
3, 0.
3 कैसे आएगा हर्षदा यहाँ पे? 1/3 into 3.
Yes, ma'am. 1.
हाँ, then 0 and minus 1. Now what should be the operation? This is 4/3 and you have to use this 1 to reduce this to 0. So R2 minus, now forget about this old row. Okay, so R2 को हमें 0 बनाना है, इस एलिमेंट को हमें 0 बनाना है 4/3 को. So 4/3 minus 4 by 3 times R1. Okay, R2 minus 4 by 3 times R1. So 100 by 3 minus 4 by 3 into 10. 100 by 3 minus 40 by 3, that is 60 by 3 is 20. समझा क्या गर्ल्स? ये 100 by 3 है एलिमेंट. 100 by 3 minus 4 by 3 into this 10. So that makes 100 by 3 minus 40 by 3, that is 60 by 3 is 20. Then next will be 0 as it is. Then 4 by 3 minus 4 by 3, 0. Now 0 minus 4 by 3 into 3 is minus 4. Minus 1 and this is 0, so this will remain minus 1. This is 1 by 3 minus 4 by 3 into 1. So 1 by 3 minus 4 by 3 is minus 3 by 3, that is minus 1. This 1 and this 0, so that is 1. Now this is minus 1 by 3 minus minus 4 by 3. So minus 1 by 3 plus 4 by 3 is 3 by 3, that is plus 1. Next, can you tell me quickly what is the next operation?
R3 minus 2 by 3 R1.
R3 minus 2 by 3 R1. So 140 by 3 minus 2 by 3 into 10. So 140 by 3 minus 20 by 3 is 120 by 3, that is 40. हमने यहाँ पे z की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट नहीं की गर्ल्स. यहाँ पे z की वैल्यू
560 by 3 minus 100 by 3m.
कितनी आ रही है?
560 by 3 minus 100.
कैसे 560 आएगा? This into this Bipashini, a minus m into 100 by 3. हाँ, ये 560 by 3 बोल रहे हो क्या?
हाँ मैम,
560 by 3 minus 100 m by 3. Yes. तो पहले हमारा इतना था बड़ा, उससे वो बढ़ गया है अभी. ओके, वैल्यू इज इंक्रीज. ये रो बताओ क्विकली. चलो, दिस विल रिमेन एज 1. 2 by 3 minus 2 by 3 0. This is 0 and this is 3. So 0 minus 2 by 3 into 3, that will be minus 2. 0 will 0. Minus 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3. So that is minus 3 by 3 is minus 1. 0, 0, 0. 1 by 3 minus minus plus 2 by 3. So that is plus 1 by 3. Okay. I hope all of you are getting this. Otherwise, copy it as usual. Right? I know some people are not taking efforts to write also. They must be recording or they must be just taking the screenshots as and when required. Let it be. चलो ZJs calculate करते फटाफट. Fast girls, 4 minute बचे. Fast.
4,
3,
3,
9 plus 4m minus 8. 9 plus 4m minus 8. मतलब
4m plus 1
4m plus 1
m
m
m minus 1 minus m m plus 1.
4 minus 4 0. 3 minus 3 0.
4m plus
4m
1
plus 1 m
m
minus
minus
0.
0 2m plus 1.
2m plus 1. Okay, so do you get any negative value here? Do you get any negative value?
No.
No, all the values are positive. So what does it say? Simplex says that you stop pivotal operations, right? Okay, simplex says you stop the pivotal operations. So all Zj minus Cj values are positive. Therefore, we stop simplex method. You understand this? This is what we do in case of maximization when we get all positive values in the Zj minus Cj row. So the answer of Z will be 160 plus 30, that is 190 minus 20m. Okay, but now what happens as the artificial variable is at positive level? Okay, observe that artificial variable is at positive level. And see, artificial variable should not affect our this thing, but as it is, we are not able to remove it. That means there is some problem with the constraints. Okay, this is going to remain same because m can be anything. M is sufficiently large, and therefore we are not able to decide the maximum value of Z, because I can put m equal to 100, you can put m equal to 200, something like that. So that is going to change the value of objective function also. So whenever you find this situation that artificial variable is at positive level, उसका जो आंसर है वो positive आ रहा है, thus LPP has no feasible solution. Now, as this is a two variables problem, you can actually draw the graph of these constraints and you can see that there is no common feasible region. Okay, in graphical method we have seen this case. No feasible region कब आता है कि suppose आपकी constraints ऐसी draw होती है. ओके, फर्स्ट कंस्ट्रेंट का फिजिबल रीजन ये है और दूसरी कंस्ट्रेंट का फिजिबल रीजन ये है. So there is no common feasible region. Therefore, LPP has no solution. Okay. If you find this case of this type of graph, then there is no common feasible region and therefore LPP has no solution. But when we have more variables, it is not easy for us to draw the graph and visualize it. So we use simplex, and simplex tells us when the LPP has no solution. Have you understood it?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you are not able to remove the artificial variable from LPP, LPP has no feasible solution. The constraints are conflicting. That is why it is happening. Okay. So we have done two cases so far. We will continue in the next lecture with some special cases. Okay, some more special cases.